Hi everybody and welcome to video 6 in our hashtag Shabby Your Art project. Now I think we're going to call this one Pearls, Lace, and Bling because that's what we put in it. The first thing I want to talk about is the Shabby Your Art giveaway. And to enter the giveaway, you make projects following the challenges or projects of your own using the papers or the freebies that you get every week. So what are the challenges? Every week Natalie releases a video over at the LineDotArrow YouTube channel. Don't worry, all these links are below. And it shows you the freebies for the week. There's going to be 4 challenges this month instead of 3, so there's 4 sets of freebies for you. And her interpretation of the challenge of the week. Now, we're going to be on week probably 3 by now. But I'm only going to tell you week 1 because who knows with my schedule, I may move, everything around. Week 1 is a shabby heart. And so you can make a heart. You can make a heart booklet. You can put a heart in your book, make it shabby, whatever, as long as it's a shabby heart. And then be sure to watch Natalie's video as well. If you want more details on the giveaway and all that, you can watch my monthly update video, the one for February that was posted at the end of January on my YouTube channel, which is what you're watching now. And you can also go to the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group or the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group and look at the events and look at the hashtag Shabby Your Art Week, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4 event, depending on when you're checking. Okay, so quickly, when you post your project in one of the 5 Facebook groups that I'm about to tell you, then you will get an entry into the giveaway. If you use just the freebies, you get 1 entry per post. If you use the freebies and the papers, you get 2 entries per post. If you use just the papers, you get 2 entries per post. And what do you win? Well, you win junk journal kits from the LineDotArrow shop, which is great. And first prize is 3, second place is 2, and third place is 1 kit. And except for Two Sisters Jam, which is one of the Facebook groups that's participating, and they're having 3 physical prizes from their Two Sister Jam Etsy shop. Okay, so now the places that you go, and all these links are below, to enter to get in the giveaway is, of course, the LineDotArrow Junk Journal group, Facebook group, Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, Two Sister Jam Facebook group, and Haystack's Crafty Corner Facebook group. Say all that 10 times fast. Okay, so let's go over the kits real quick that we've used. We're at the stage of making the cover now, so we've already made our signature. We use Romantic Shabby collage pages, Shabby Floral Journal Kit, which is a full journal with backing papers, journaling papers, and ephemera. Romantic Shabby background pages, Romantic Shabby Valentine pages, and Romantic Shabby ephemera pages. So that's 75 pages right there that I had to choose from. And then we've got the freebies that you'll get some every week. And the project will change, the challenge will change every week. And you can post challenge 1's pictures in week 2, 3, and 4 as well. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter when you post it, so you don't have to get it done that first week. If you want to wait and see what the freebies are for the second week and put those 2 together and make week 1's challenge, you can do that as well. Okay? So don't forget, you have to include Shabby Your Art, hashtag Shabby Your Art, in your post when you post your pictures. Sadly, I've had a few in the last giveaway that we ran that were beautiful, but they didn't have the hashtag in their post. So do that, and then be sure to tell us what you used, whether you use just freebies or if you use freebies and papers, because that makes a difference as to how many entries you get. And I think that's all for that. Now, we're at the point where we're going to make the cover. So I've got some things set aside to do that with. First of all, to make the actual physical cover, I've made these pieces, and they are, I believe, 8 1/4 by 6. 6 and 8 1/4. Okay, and then this is 8 1/4 by 1 1/4. So now these are two 8 1/2 by 11 cream colored papers. I think maybe I'll move this ink out of the way. You never know when you have an inking accident. You don't need any more magnets. And we will need the glue, but I'll move it out of the way for right now. So I've got this stuff together, 2 pieces of cream colored paper. I've got the cord that we're going to bind it with. I've got lace for the cover. I have this extra little whatever, and I have cream colored ribbon. This is all the green ribbon that we have left. That's all of it. And then, of course, we've got our flat back pearls. Okay, so that's part of what we've got set aside. We've got papers that we're going to use. And I've got that set aside as well, and I'll show you that in a minute. So first of all, let's, oh, and I forgot, we're going to have some bling as well, of course. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue these 2 pieces of paper together in the portrait orientation. How you like that? Up and down. Okay, and you just need a thin bead of glue, and we're just going to overlap them just a little bit. Make sure you get that very little tippy end. And then we're just going to overlap it a little bit. Let's check the other side for glue. No, we're all right. Okay, now we're going to let's do it this way. Going to make a 1-inch line. I might be able to do it this way and that way. Let's see. Okay, then we're going to start from the center. This is a smaller book, so we're just going to start from the center and go with the spine. And we're going to glue the spine to where the seam, the overlap, is right in the center of the spine. Okay, so let's glue this little guy down. Couldn't get the word glue out of my mouth. You don't want the paper to come away from the cardboard when the book opens and closes, so make sure you put enough glue on here to hold everything together. And then we use that 1-inch line to make your spine straight. Put so much glue on there it's sliding around. Okay, then we're going to take one of these. We're going to glue it as well. Now you'll be able to see the glue through this cream colored paper. So I just do it like I do my regular papers. Cardboard isn't going to go anywhere. We're going to cover the paper with paper. But the spine can buckle, so that's why I do the extra. Okay, so we're going to line this up on the line about that far away from the spine. I almost think that this is crooked. Because it looks crooked. It is, it's off by 1/8. Alright, I'm going to put you on pause while I cut a new piece. I went ahead and just glued them on. I showed you how to do it, so to save time I just glued them both on and took my scissors and I trimmed the edges around because they were really big. In fact, this one's crooked. This end is really big. That's better. Okay, now we're going to trim the corners. You want to go in at an angle. Well, that wasn't the best example. And then leave space at the corner to make sure your corner's covered. And then go back out again. Okay. We're going to get this thing glued. Okay, you want to bring it up a little bit so it kind of knows what you're going to want it to do. Make sure your fingers are pushing right up against the top of this so that it's folding right there and not, you know, further out. Okay, and kind of flatten it back down. And we're going to take our glue and just glue right along the border. I like to go a little ways down in there. And go up and across and down, and then enough in the middle to hold the paper down. Because there's tension, so you want to make sure there's enough glue to hold it down. I have a tendency to put too much glue. And just stand it up and slide it towards yourself as you fold it over. Okay, flatten it out, flip it over, and you see, so we're gonna, I don't know what is under my fingernails. I've been inking. Apologize. Orange nails. Okay, we'll do the other long side. Across the top, and then squiggle, 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 or circle, circle, circle. Whichever way you want to go. Or loops, you know. You know what I mean. And slide it. And then smoosh it. Now if you hear it crackling, then it's probably not stuck. And I took my big rings off. Some rings, for some reason, if the this part is big enough, it will leave an indentation when you're smoothing across. So I learned to take them off. Plus my hands are cold, and all they do is slide around. Okay, same thing on the ends. I left this one a little big. I don't know how it's possible that I'm hungry. I just had a big bowl of ramen. Maybe I want dessert. Maybe I want something sweet now with my salty. Okay. Let's glue this. Oh, goodness. The as much glue as on there, you would think that it would stay down. You cut these a little short. The shorter they are, the harder it is to get them to flip over and stay. There just isn't enough. It's too much tension. Okay, now we're going to take our bone folder. Oh, mine's dirty right here, so I'm going to use this side. What do I have on here? Anyway, I'm just going to make a groove where it's going to fold. Should have done it while that glue was still wet, but it probably is. Don't use the point, you'll tear the paper. Looks like I got a little bit of glue on here. There must have been something on the countertop here. I thought for sure that was stuck down. It looked stuck down to me. Then we're going to take our bone folder and we're just going to run it across here, and it just kind of smooths out that little bit of a wrinkle that it makes it flat and smooth. Looks more like a book cover. Looks like folded paper. You can see the difference it makes as you do it. You probably can't see it on camera, but in person you can. Okay, so now we have our cover. We need to do one more thing. We need to put a piece of paper in the center here. So this is 1 1/4. So we need a piece 3 1/4. I think this is like an off size or something. Oh, it's been sprayed. You know, we could. No, we're not going to see enough of it. I think that's what all of this is. Maybe not. Is that cream? Yeah, this is white. All right, so we only need this to be 7 3/4 tall and 3 1/4 wide. So 7 3/4 tall and 3 1/4 wide. And that should fit right in there. And the reason we want it to be 7 3/4 is because that's the height of our signature. Okay. So we want to put glue on this. Ding, ding, ding on the phone. Now, normally I don't glue in the center of the paper. There's no real need to. It's not going to go anywhere. And the same is true with this. It's not going to go anywhere. However, when you close your book, a lot of times the paper in the center of the spine will curve up like this on the inside if you don't have the whole thing glued. So we're going to glue the whole thing. And I'm going to glue it good. Little spider webs coming off of that the whole time. Okay. So you want it even left and right and even top to bottom. Okay, and then I want to make sure that it's stuck in the center. And I have to use the glue eraser. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to mark it where it's going to bend, which mine is not very successful. Okay. Now, I get that glue eraser back out. You don't have to do this the same color as the cover or the cover base before you cover it with other papers. You can make it the same as your papers that you're going to put here if you like. If you want to make the whole thing match all the way across. Okay, Now we're going to take our inside covers, we're going to ink them. Which I forgot to do. Could have done these ahead of time. Front covers we're going to cut, so we're going to, something just seems off about my light. It seems like there's a dark spot or something, I don't know. Anyway, get these inked up. Now, the only difference between the top and the bottom is one has a pink and one has a blue. And so I'm going to do this one this way. No, because otherwise that rose looks upside down. So we're going to take these. Boy. That's just awful pristine, isn't it? I was trying to decide whether to ink it or not. I want to line this up with this paper at the bottom and the top. How is it that that's so much bigger? Oh, because it was supposed to be. Why are these not as big as that? Oh, because that's bigger. So I should have made this a little bit shorter. Why do I have the feeling that's ink? Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to print this fit to page so it'll be a little bit bigger. And then cut it out and then see if it looks better on here. Yeah, I can see there's a little bit of ink right there. Okay, so I'm going to put you on hold while I do that. And yeah, while I fix that. Alrighty then. So as you notice, the papers are different. I decided to go with a more subtle background. There's little flowers in this. It's kind of hard to see, but this is the same paper that's the backing paper behind these flowers. So I thought, okay, that's going to match. That's all fine and dandy. And then I will figure out what that is on there. And it will match the back as well because that's the same papers. You'll notice I did put the little pocket on there. So I also tore this paper out. You should have seen that mess. I tore this paper out, and as you know, I took that other paper off, and then I recut it to the right. I mean, I made a new paper, and I cut it to the correct length, and then that's why it matches this straight across. So let's get this other one on there. They've been inked, of course. Well, I shouldn't say of course. This is one of the, like a writing page. It has the brown through the middle, so it looks like book pages, kind of. In the kit, and I'm not sure which kit it was with. It's going to be the last one alphabetically of the kit. So if you do them, you know, romantic, shabby, whatever. Okay, so now I want to put this one in so that this darker area is on the inside as well. Okay. Now, on the outside, we're going to put my favorite paper, which is the one that we cut the hole out of when we made the front page. Got two of them just in case. And this is the exact size of the cover. So I think what I'll do, do I need that little cream? Or don't I? Don't think I do. So let's, oh, I didn't do it on the back side here. was like, where's the spine? Okay. All right. So we need to make this paper no, I think I'm going to go ahead and put that little bit of a border around. And then that will make the width right here. Because the cover's bigger, it's a little bit more than half. So that's why I printed out two, to tell you the truth. I figured I was going to need one page for the front, one for the back. This will definitely give us a piece for our spine though. Now this side is going to have the lace and the bling on it. Okay, so you can, this is going to be the front cover. Okay, and is that one in crooked? Okay, anyway, okay. So I'm going to put it on this way. Wow, it's too wide. And it also looks crooked. Because this cover's just coming out perfect, you know? Okay, so we want the flowers out here because the lace and stuff is going to be in here, and we can put that over this to cover that this is the center where it mirrors. Yeah, this is just really crooked. I'm wondering about lace. I think our lace will cover it, but is our lace going to be thick enough to cover it? I'm not sure that it is. Mm-mm. It doesn't look crooked. All right. Apparently it's my brain that's crooked. Ink it up. I've done that before where I thought it was crooked. Make sure we've got some corners sliding going on. I have a feeling we're going to need it. What am I doing? Yeah, I don't think this is the straightest cover that ever lived. Sorry, I'm being so quiet. I'm just concentrating because this is just being difficult. So between having to rip the inside out, redo the front cover. but now you know how to fix it. Okay, put some glue on here. You know, I didn't double check the measurements on this against the cover of the book. Worst case scenario, we print out another one of these puppies. We're going to go over an hour. Either that or here we go. Look at that. Something that went right on the first try. Okay, so let's cut a piece for here. I'm not sure that we want to do. I'm wondering if just this area would be nice. I think it might. I don't think we need to be super loud with this part. I think just this part will be nice. It's probably going to have lace over it anyway. I don't really feel like inking the cord. Yeah, that is pretty. To make it brown. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put it on white, and then we'll cover it with a piece of lace. I'll have to get my lace back out because I put most of my 1-inch lace away. Thought we were done with that. Just have the 1.5 and the 2-inch lace out now. And I was actually going to do the cover before I glued it down, but such is life. Yeah, that's much better, I think. Oops. It's a little long. I forgot to cut that little teeny bit off like I had to in the others. Once again, we don't want anything bubbling out anywhere. Now remember, this is mirrored, so it really doesn't matter what direction I put it on, as far as up and down. Well, that's pretty. I'm glad I didn't go for, you know, like that area. Okay. So now we need to make the holes for the cord. I've only got so much ribbon. I do not want to glue the ribbon on here and then make some horrible mistake here. This is 1 1/4 inches wide. So that means 5/8. 5/8 is going to be the center. And we want it 1/4 inch down. So from here to here, we're going to go from here, we're going to go 5/8, which is going to be about here. Okay. And then we're going to measure a 1/4 inch down. So our hole's going to be right there. So we'll measure this using inches. And 1/4 inch is right here. This is a T-square. Everybody should have one. It's a 12-inch one. You should get a 12-inch and a 6-inch. Okay, you want it on the larger hole. Okay, let's get our eyelets out. I may not put lace on the spine. Okay. Sure is pretty, isn't it? Okay. So at this point, we've got a neutral inside. So it doesn't really matter which is the top and which is the bottom. So what I've got here is this lace. Which you can't really see very well, can you? I don't have any coffee dyed darker. Well, I have this one that I wanted to use, but we used it somewhere else, and then now I don't have enough for the cover. This one's even thinner as far as the thickness of the lacy part or whatever. Let's see what this is like. Oh yeah, you can see that one a lot better. It's not near as wide, but let's see if we can do our well, it isn't going to matter. We want the wider one because we're going to put the ribbon and such on there. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And then I'll do the rest off camera, and then you'll see it in the flip through. How about that? Ha ha ha. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. Then I'm going to take a piece of the green ribbon, oops, a piece of the cream colored ribbon, and put it down the center, lined up. You see this? You see the two lines in the center? These two lines in the center. I'm going to put one ribbon lined up with that one, and then a green one lined up with that one. Cream one, and then a green one. Green one on the outside, cream one on the inside. Because then we're going to put pearls on the green one and bling on the cream one. And run it down. We're going to do one on either side. Or we're just going to do one on this side. I think I'm just going to do one on this side. Because I do not want to cover up those gorgeous flowers. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So we're going to take a piece of this. This is really pretty. I know it's hard for you to see on camera, and I'm not sure how well it's going to show up in photos either. For goodness sakes. Apparently straight line is a foreign concept. Oh, these are not straight. That's why. Here, I thought it was me. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see how it looks. Do that. And then a green one lined up with this side. Which is the outside. Okay. And then a cream one lined up on the inside. So green one here, then a cream colored ribbon here. So they're going to be like this, next to each other, but just a little bit apart. And then we're going to put pearls on this one, and the lighter colored bling on this one. Not that bright green, but the gold, kind of a golden color on this one. Okay, and that's all the decorating I'm planning on doing on the cover. I'm going to do the same thing on the back cover. I have just enough green ribbon to do the front and the back. Okay? Alright, well that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video, which will be the flip through, and then you'll see the ribbon glued on. And, yeah, you know, now that I say that though, I didn't do the cord, did I? I do the cord in white. See, the reason this is the thicker cord of the two. This is the 1.5 mil, and the 1 mil is way too thin. It's like what you would use to make one of these bracelets. It's that thin. And put it in this way. I just do this to measure. I realize it's not through the other hole. I'm thinking I want to run it through, and then you just tie it in a knot right here, and then everything is ready to go. And just slide your signature right under there. I've made tons of these. I've got not the video before this, just any of the ones that are books. But you just tie this. Okay. And I'm going to undo that and ink it, but I wanted to show you. And then, uh-oh, look, we have a glue problem. And then you slide your signature under here, like so. Until the cord hits the center. And then everything is good to go. And I haven't bent this enough for it to lay flat, which I don't really want to until I'm done with the ribbon and such. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to take it off this way so I can re-glue that. I guess I didn't put that on thick enough. Okay, alright, well that's it for this video. And I'll see you in the next video, and that'll be our flip through, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.